Hi guys, Karie Millspaugh here, and I want to give you just a quick tip to improve and increase your happiness, especially during this holiday season, okay? I want you to first give yourself permission to make changes. That's where it starts, and I'll give you some examples that I've done recently that have increased my happiness and awareness. First and foremost, when you're unhappy, take a look at your environment. What in your environment can you actually change or make a difference to? What is within your control? And then you got to do that last step, give yourself permission to make the change. So, for example, if you hate the cold, which is perfect for this time of year, it's December. Here in the States, it's very cold. But if you hate the cold and every winter you complain about it, do something about it. Either if you can't leave your current environment for a job situation or family, find a way to take a trip during that time or even an extended stay somewhere if possible. I personally hate the summertime in Las Vegas, so I try to get away as much as possible during those months. I also have the option to move if I really want to. So just know you're not a tree, you're not rooted anywhere. You can move, okay? What other little pieces? Now that's a big one, of course, but what little pieces in your environment can you do today after you give yourself permission to make changes? I'll give you another example of myself. Recently, this past week over Thanksgiving break, my daughter and I decided just to clean out the house. Not because I'm a neat freak or a control freak or anything of that nature, not because I felt that Goodwill needed 20 more bags of clothes. It was more or less because of what those clothes in this house brought to me. They changed and affected my energy. I would open up the closet and see clothes that from 10 years ago. So you immediately associate memories with that, good or bad. I had way too many clothes that my big old butt doesn't fit into anymore, let's be honest, okay? So what happens to a female or male when you open up your closet doors and you see clothes that don't fit anymore? You immediately start to feel guilty and feel shame, and all kinds of flood of negative emotions start to flow towards you as you look at, gosh, I can't wear that. Oh yeah, remember when you could wear that? And then you remember what function it was and you realize it was like a decade ago anyway. Get rid of it. Even if you're going to lose the weight, and I always thought that too, and I know some of you are thinking it, I'll just keep it because it's motivation. I'm going to get my butt back in those jeans. That's not motivation. It's you're going to go and earn a new pair of jeans. The styles have changed by then. You deserve new clothes. It's okay. You're going to want new stuff anyway once you get your fit body back. You're not going to want to wear something from 10 years ago. And that's kind of the thoughts I had to go through as, 4 or 5 garbage bags later of clothes that you're giving away to Goodwill or Salvation Army, wherever you choose to give. So I chose to create that new environment shift in my environment, of course, in my closet. Again, it goes back to giving yourself permission to make the change. What else can you change? I started to get really negative about social media. And in all honesty, I'd shut it all down today if I didn't get 50% of my clients from social media. That exposure is important. So I can't be the introvert today, but I can change what I'm seeing on social media. So for example, on Instagram, I got rid of things that weren't in alignment with how I believe, and I started to pull in all these positive, God-fearing type of messages and positive verses and more Christian saturation, which is alignment with who I am. So now when I open up Instagram, it's like getting my daily devotional for the day. I feel like my cup is full before I even start my day. I got to control that instead of seeing maybe somebody over here that's fake or someone that's kind of posting always the same stuff or someone who's very negative. You get to choose what's in your social media feed. I know a lot of you guys don't know that, but you have the power to change it, especially once you give yourself permission to make the time to do it. Same with Facebook, same thing. You don't have to unfriend people, but you do have to unfollow them. Go to their Facebook page and click unfollow. If their posts drive you crazy because they're completely the opposite of you and they don't believe like you, God forbid, we have such a low tolerance level these days, just unfollow it. You don't have to see it. You can still remain connected. They can still see your post if they choose, but you can choose not to see it every day. And if you have that one person that likes to consistently complain about the president or whatever's going on in their own backyard or their husband or their kids, you can choose to unfollow and still remain friends. You get to choose what shows up in your newsfeed to an extent, okay? So don't blame social media. Blame you for not cleaning up your own backyard, okay? And it's that simple. So take a look at your life. Where can you make changes? What's within your control? No, I can't control that it's cloudy today in Las Vegas, but I could choose to have a good attitude regardless. Actually, I like cloudy days. It's a nice break. But where can you actually control a change? Then give yourself permission to change it, guys. You're not a tree. You're not rooted. You can get up and move. You can make a difference. Every year I look at my business and write all the things that I love and write all the things that I detest or that feel heavy or feel yucky. And I find a way to get rid of that list because life's too short to be unhappy. And I didn't go into business for myself to be unhappy, right? That's the whole purpose of that. So do that with your life. Write down a list. What do I love? What do I detest? So I don't want to say hate. It's kind of strong. And what can you change on that list? What can you, in your power, change? Don't come up with excuses because you know deep down you probably can make a difference. Okay? If your gardener comes every Wednesday at a certain time and it drives you nuts, tell him to come at a different time. Make a change. You'll see your whole attitude shift when your environment now doesn't have little tiny things that trigger you all around you. Instead, you have love and light and things that empower you. Okay? Super helpful. Same goes for the holidays. You choose the rules. If you don't want to give gifts to everybody this year, then don't. Be the first one that stands up and says, not doing it this year. I can't handle the requirement or the financial responsibility. I did it a long time ago with my family. My family's huge. Stick up for yourself. Create some boundaries. You choose how the holidays go, okay? But give yourself permission, okay? Permission for change. Big hugs, guys. Have a great holiday season. Mwah.